It is an absolutely beautiful fall day. This is the third week of October 2022 in Grand Junction, Colorado. The leaves are turning yellow, as you can see. The aspens are turning. It's absolutely beautiful time to start working on the Model A. So, in preparation of pulling the engine out and pulling the whole front end apart, I'm going to pressure wash the engine, transmission. I'm going to do up underneath as well. There's a lot of cobwebs, could be spider webs or black widows in there, I don't know. But this whole thing needs to be washed real well before I rip it apart. The important parts have been plugged: the carburetor, the electrical box that goes through the firewall, which is missing a cover anyway. But so I'm going to spray a bunch of simple green on all of this grease. It's terrible. And we will start up the pressure washing machine and wash the living daylights out of it. So then we get into actually pulling the motor out. So stand by. Okay, so the pressure washing of the engine and transmission and all the undercarriage is done. There was an awful lot of grease built up over the years that it's now gone. It'll be much easier to pull out, being grease free, and the engine rebuilder would love to have it that way delivered to him. So everything is good. I just hope that it starts after getting all wet. So stay tuned for actually pulling the motor. All right, the next step is no more talking about it. It's time to do it. Okay, so I've drained the oil out of the oil pan, the transmission fluids out, the fuel tank has been drained, so all the fluids are gone. The car is up on jacks right now, so we can get our cherry picker in here. And so we're going to take apart the front end. We'll set all those parts aside, and then we're going to go towards lifting the motor out and getting it shipped off to the engine rebuilding shop. You ready? Here we go. Well, as you can see, I've got the radiator out and headlights are off, and all of the front basically is taken off. At this point, I could pull the motor. However, I've done this before, and it's a whole lot easier to get rid of these fenders first. So what I'm going to do is loosen up the body. I'm going to raise the body off the frame. I'll take off the front fenders and the running boards and the back fenders basically, and then come back and pull the motor out after that. It'll be a whole lot easier. You won't have to interfere with this trying to swing the motor around, or if I don't have enough room to go straight forward or straight in that direction. So that's what's going on there. You'll note too that I've got the distributor body still in the head. The reason is it's rusted solid. So I have taken solvent to try to loosen it up, left it overnight on it, and nothing has worked. A couple of screwdrivers on each side trying to pry it up, nothing worked. The shaft is only about that tall, maybe 5 inches or so. So what I'm going to have to do is leave it to the engine rebuilder to have him remove the head, flip the head over, and pound out the body. Those are 75, 80 bucks, something like that. So I don't want to pry it up too much and break it. So, and it works fine. So I'll let him pound it out from down below. But other than that, looks like we're making progress here, and the next step will be getting rid of the fenders and then pulling the motor out, and we'll be on our way to having it rebuilt. Okay, so there you go. There's the Model A engine that's been pulled. I got the cherry picker from the rental store, about 9 o'clock this morning, and it's before lunch now, so a little bit less than 3 hours to finally get it all out. And it was pretty easy, pretty simple. These things work great. There's some people like using these, some people like using the stud on the head, on the block. I bought 2 of these. I think they were $10 a piece, and you saw it came right out. It doesn't look like there's any damage to the spark plug holes at all. But even one thing for sure, the amount of grease in here, that rear main seal in this thing is just completely shot. Even with all the spray or the pressure washing that I did earlier, there's still a lot of grease, especially inside the bell housing, which is still in the car, which is the next project to do. So very few tools needed to do what I did here, pulling this whole front end apart. Here's a list of it right here. Number 1. Number 2, obviously anybody can do this. That's the genius of Henry Ford, to make things so simple that anybody, including myself, who's not a mechanic, anybody can do what I just did here and move along with the restoration process. So that's about it for this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see the next subsequent videos, getting into the frame and the brakes and transmission and all that good stuff next time around. And we'll get this take this over to the shipping company and have them get it off to the engine rebuilder. And I'm told it's anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10 months before I'll get this back. So there's plenty of work to do in the interim time, but you know, that's the length of time it's taken to get these things done nowadays, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for the next video coming up. Thanks again.